You're telling me if I miss another day of work that I could potentially be fired or anything like that? Be on your best behavior, blah, 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 with this. And I'm like, I got to quit. I said, I quit.
Oh, right then and there.
Right then and there. I said, you're taking her side? And she was like, so you going to sign these papers? I said, no, I quit. I walked out.
Wow.
Again, 6 figures, 2 kids, wife, and I quit. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? I prayed about it. That was the moment in time where I knew that like I couldn't depend on anyone else to secure my future.
So it's like there's dreamers and there's doers, right? What do you think is the thing that separates the two?
Some of your dreams come true. Some of your dreams don't come true. But either way, it's like, what are you doing? You got to pull that out of the dream and you got to start taking action.
Yeah.
You got to actually do something. So I quit then. That's when I went.
This is a selfish podcast also, right? I get a chance to like talk to people and interview people and listen to people's stories, and I get to pull from it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in saying that, I think it's always important to listen to someone's story and then go back to the point where, because everyone has this moment in their life where they make a pivot, right? They make an adjustment, whether they enjoyed how they were before the pivot and wanted to scale, or they did not. You know, they were in a different part of their life and something had to give. And then they made that pivot to go somewhere else, somewhere different.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, who was you before all of this, before who you are now, before trading, before Hills, before the AI company? Who were you attempting to become?
Like for me, it was just like building a legacy, building a family.
Yeah.
And then like professionally, again, I like my dad, military, and it was like, look, go to school, get your degree, get your secure job, you know, do great things. And you see that if people are doctors, lawyers,
yeah,
running businesses. And again, for me, I think I wanted to run a Fortune 500 company.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was it. I wanted to, from a tech side, I wanted to be a CIO, CTO, like my whole trajectory. I was going to school, getting my MBA, everything, so that I could run AT&T or Coca-Cola or whatever the company was. Like that's literally what I wanted to do.
This was your passion in college. In college.
In college.
Wow.
Coming out, like it was which goal. When I decided to go computer science, I decided to go in that, I knew, I was like, yes, I want to run a company.
C-suite.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like that was what it was. After Roman, my son, so I was working at a company called Philips Medical. So like Philips is the ones, they make like MRI machines, the OB machines, all these medical devices and everything like that. All the hardware, all the big devices that you see in hospitals.
Yeah.
Philips is one of the major players or whatever. So I was like supporting that, doing really well. Everything was good. I had my son, took vacation, kind of like long story short, but took vacation. His birthday, December 18th. Went on I was having vacation because, December 18th, that's really close to Christmas. I knew that he was going to come around that time. So I was like taking the last 2 weeks off of work. He came 2 days before my PTO was supposed to start. So I called in to work, like called my boss and was like, hey, Marlene, we're having Roman, not going to be in, and not going to make it, going to the hospital. And also, like, my PTO starts in 2 more days. So basically, I'll see you next year after the holidays.
Right.
Bro, I get back to work and she's like, you took 2 days off. They were like, yeah, I know you had the thing, but you had other days. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just had a kid. What are you talking about? And she's like, well, yeah, I'm going to have to put you on a performance improvement plan. And so I'm like, that's crazy. she's crazy. But I'm like, let's go speak to HR. So we go speak with the HR person, and I'm telling the HR person what's going on. And she's looking at me. She's like, yeah, I'm going to have to go with your manager. I said, look, I got a little kid. You're telling me if I miss another day of work that I could potentially be fired or anything like that? And she was like, yeah, you got to be on your best behavior, blah, 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 with this. And I'm like, I got a kid. I said, I quit
Oh, right then and there.
right then and there. I
That,
said, wait, you're taking her side? And she was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, so you going to sign these papers? I said, no, I quit.
mm,
And I walked out.
wow.
That was it. I was like, F them, F them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that this is going on. But like working so hard, wanting to be this, I was like, and I was reading at that point in time also, not militant, but I was reading like Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
Man. I love
So
that book.
like you start reading that book, now you feel like, man, your worth is your
A lot.
worth. And
Yeah.
you're starting to understand really
Yeah.
what your worth is, and like
Absolutely.
who you are and things like that. So yeah, so I quit then. That's when I went into sales.
Okay.
So like that was
Got you.
the thing for the sales thing. So when I quit that job, again, 6 figures, 2 kids, wife, and I quit. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? I prayed about it, went into sales, got that commission only job that I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
Rest is history. As far as like, but that was the moment in time where I knew that like I couldn't depend on anyone else to secure my future.
Yeah.
I couldn't depend on anyone else for any of that. At this point of time, it's me. It's what I need to do. I need to, again, read in Robert Kiyosaki's book, like, what type of man, what type of person are you going to be? Like, what are you going to do with that? And it's okay. Like some people, they're built to work 9 to 5s. They're built to like, they want that safe, stable income and certain things or whatever. And they're okay with being capped. They're okay. They like that safety. I realized that just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
That wasn't how I was going to build a legacy for my kids.
Yeah.
That has been another huge thing, is that like, I want to do better. I want to build better. I want like our name, and I want the things that we're having to live on forever.
Yeah.
Like I want my grandkids, my great grandkids, and them. And like we have like, I want trust fund babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like people, they think trust fund baby is a bad thing, but if you really look at it and you understand what it is, no, you do want your kids and your grandkids to be trust fund babies.
Absolutely.
And now you see all the stuff on social media about make sure you get a trust,
Mhm.
put it in the trust, like this trust stuff and all
Yeah.
that's supposed to be down as being cool, and like people think they need trust and they're protecting or whatever it is. Like, bro, they've been doing this for
A long time, very long time.
And yes, that's the type of, you want to build things so that you have for future generations. And we're actually not supposed to, like, yeah, you want your kids to, like have their own things and like build themselves and be a person, but life is a game.
Yeah.
And when you tag your partner in or somebody takes your baton, you don't want them to go all the way back and start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Why am I having my kids? We playing Mario and I made it to level 67 and I got them going back to start at level 1.
And then after,
or level whatever. No.
Yeah.
Like we started at 67. Like we're going to go to 67 and keep going.
What's so amazing about that story? I was just talking about it today, and it's a story that me and my dad have a understanding in. My mom also. Like they're both from Haiti, right?
Mm-hmm.
And third world country. They come here with the expectations of doing great because that's what American sells. They sell greatness, or this is where you can come. Yeah, the American dream. But when you get here, you realize that it's media. It's promotion. To get people interested in, and I'm not saying that's completely true, but a part of it is true. At least it was true for them.
Yeah,
for that generation.
Right.
So they get here and then work extremely hard to get to where they were at when they decided to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course a lot of the journey feels like they get to a destination where there's empty promises. But you're here. You got to make the best of it now.
Mhm.
And, you know, you have kids, and the one of the things that he taught me, and now it's still an understanding between us, even when like life is hard, is that I cannot take my time and my money and my resources and take it backwards, right? Like if something is happening back at home, I can't then go, oh, let me take the money I have to go back to home, to whatever is happening there, to help in in some capacity, yes, but not fully, not at the risk of my future,
Yes.
right? Because the goal is to push forward.
Yes.
The goal is to make sure that, like you said, your child doesn't go back to level 1 when you work so hard to get to level 67. You want them to start at level 67 and move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I truly understand where you're coming from when you say that. I also know that, like, just like my dad, it's a lot of effort.
Mhm.
It's a lot of effort to get to that place, but sometimes you don't get the outcome. You don't get the outcome at all. Like for you, when you was working at that job, you worked so hard to get to a specific place, right? A specific point in that company, and your expectation is to grow. That's why you work so hard. But then you get hit with I just had a child, and you're telling me one more missed day?
Yeah.
Was that the only time where you felt like, or was it the first time where you felt like I put in all of this effort and it don't match the outcome?
Yeah, I think that was like the very first time, and that so kind of before that, I think being younger and playing sports, and like you play sports, and like I'm like 6 feet on a good day. Yeah, but growing
On
up,
a good day.
I was like, yeah, you know, like growing up, man, I was like 155 pounds. I was fast,
Uh-huh.
always, you know, talent as far as like skill level, but I wasn't big. Like I wasn't like even in my family, like all my cousins on my dad's side, they're all taller than me. They're me and my brother. We got like, I don't know what happened, but we got the shit end of the jeans stick.
What does that mean?
Like
Size wise?
yeah. Like
Okay.
we're the shortest. Like
Okay.
we're the shortest in our like shortest men in our family.
Uh-huh.
My brother, he's Cowboys like 5'9", I
Shorter than
guess.
you.
He's shorter than me.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Like significantly
Okay.
shorter than me too, or whatever it was. And then me again, like 6 feet on a good day.
Mhm.
And all my other cousins are like 6'2", 6'4", 6'6", like they're tall. You know, on that. So I'm like, man, like I thought I was gonna grow.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna like hit that growth spurt and something was gonna happen. It ain't never happened.
Okay.
And gaining weight or anything like that. Like again, man, till I got to college, playing like different things and weightlifting, still it wasn't working. So I was like, man, like, wait, I'm really good.
Yeah.
I'm really good at these things or whatever it is, but like it wasn't popping off because you don't have the prototypical size, height, or whatever, like to be able to like take things to different
The next
levels
level,
and stuff like that. So that was like early on, it was like, yeah, man, like it don't matter. Like this ain't gonna happen, like, cause they say it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, that ship sailed on that end. Another time in school, when I went to pledge. So like I started school at Morehouse.
Okay.
And wanted to pledge, wanted to be Kappa. They're suspended everywhere. And I'm like, bro, what in the world is going on? I'm like, and so then I transfer to Georgia State. I'm back in Baltimore, like visiting family. I find out like Kappa's suspended at Georgia State.
Oh my God.
You gotta be kidding me.
You chasing this dream.
Like I can't believe like I'm not going to get the pledge. I'm not going to get probate, all that stuff that I've seen or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I end up pledging at Kennesaw State, which was the best thing that ever happened to me because one, I'm the alpha line. So like we were able to make history at Kennesaw State. We just had our 25-year anniversary. So like 25 years ago, you know, I pledged, and now I have this chapter that, you know, we started. and has grown to be this beautiful thing. We're chapter FYI chapter of the year
Okay.
like right now, like
Yeah.
we're the best chapter in the nation. Like we've gotten awards and we've gotten multiple, and we did that. So like just being able to see like and be a part and like see what we've done or whatever it is, that was like super dope.
Yeah.
So like everything happens for a reason. It might not start off the way you want it, and you might feel like you put in work and you're doing certain things, but then it doesn't happen. But then, like my grandma would say, it's going to happen in time, baby. It's going to happen in the time that God puts it in the time for it to happen for you.
Yeah.
You know, with that. So like, yeah, you don't expect it, but like one door shuts, another door opens. You think you're supposed to go straight or make a right and you make a left. It's kind of like 285. Whether you go left or right, it might take you a little bit longer. 285 is a circle.
It takes you
and it's going to take you there. It might take you a little bit longer. It might take you whatever. But if you stay on 285, you're going to eventually get to wherever you need to go when you got on 285 in the beginning. Just might take a little bit longer.
Yeah. So that's one of the, okay. So I was going to ask you I mean, because both sports and attempting to become a Kappa, one of them, you don't get the outcome at all, right? The other one, it's so much effort to get the outcome.
Yeah.
And I know that it's still a blessing because the outcome is what everybody wants. They really want to get to the destination. But then when you finally get to the destination, or you don't, you still realize that there was a win in the journey. Yeah. Like there was you still gained something, a lesson, or you learned something, or you became maturated because of the process that you went through, whether you receive the outcome or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a blessing. I hope that a lot of people don't get too blinded by the lesson that was given to them in the journey when they do get to the destination or when they do receive the outcome. For football, though, was there like anything else that it taught you in chasing it that long? Because if you was like me, you chased it. You really, really, really wanted it, and probably was heartbroken that you didn't get it.
Yeah. So like playing in the NFL never happened. I thought it was. I knew it. I knew it. Obviously, that didn't happen. But my journey shifted when it came to sports. Like I still played sports and still continue like that. It just looked different. Like even so now, for instance, flag football. Flag football is a huge thing. They're actually going to be in the Olympics in 2028?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Congratulations to
like,
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a chance to be an Olympian.
Right.
I got a shot.
But, I've been able to play flag football competitively for a long time and travel the world, win tournaments, make money, do different things, not playing in the NFL, but getting a chance playing flag, helping grow. And I feel like, well, I know that like me and some of my teammates and things that we've done, the reason that flag is where it is today is because of some of the things that we did, whether that was like, playing and I remember we had the Fox thing where like going to play flag football at San Quentin and the prison in San Jose, like to bring, but just to show that like, hey, this is a game for everybody.
Yeah.
It's very competitive. We've traveled all over and do that. So again, it looked different. My athletic journey was different, but it was still very competitive. It was still like literally, you play professional flag football. Like that's what people like we're playing all the time. And that's why, and not to sidetrack, but they're like talking about the NFL players playing in the Olympics or playing professionally.
Yeah.
And you notice when they played against the real flag football players,
Yeah.
they got their ass whipped.
It's a different game.
It's a different game.
Yeah.
And like we really take it seriously. We have training. We, like at the highest levels, we have the training camps. We're playing in tournaments. We're traveling the world to play. But we're doing this every weekend. We don't have an off season or whatever it is. We're still working regular jobs, doing all these different things.
Yeah.
And then we're still going in on the weekends and the weeknights and playing in leagues and then traveling, going to different places and on the weekends and doing that. So like, no, you guys are the best at the NFL and you're professionals at that level, but we are professionals at the flag level.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this for a long time.
While now.
And, that whatever it is, it's like I've seen dudes who they not playing in the NFL, but they can run a 4.3 40. They can catch, make, you know, Justin Jefferson catches and do all that kind of stuff too. They just not that when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah.
This is a different game.
Yeah.
And now everything starts leveling up. So like having that for a long time now that's good. I'm retired and not doing that anymore. It's been a couple of years, but having that experience and some of the relationships, the people that I've met, some of my best friends that are my best friends today is because of that. And you still have teammates, camaraderie, that same thing. So I was able to still fulfill that piece of it because I wanted to be in the NFL because I loved football.
Right.
I loved having teammates. I love that camaraderie. Like, yeah, you make money, but I really didn't know how much they made until you did. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have went and tried to want to be in the NFL. I wanted to be a baseball player and have guaranteed contracts and do that if it was about money. But it was about, we love the game. You love the sport. You want to do it at the highest level that you can. So wasn't able to do it at the highest level in the NFL, but I did it at the highest level playing, flag, and now it's going to be the Olympics, and that's super amazing. Know those guys and some of them, and like, it's like, man, this is super dope that we were able to build.
Yeah.
Have that happen.
This thing, is there any part of you that want to be a part of like the Olympic journey of these players in the future in any capacity?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
There was a time where I thought, I did. Like if this is the 2028 Olympics, this was like the 2020 Olympics, then I would have been like, for sure.
Yeah.
But now kind of I got other things going on and more important and it's in good hands. Like these dudes are doing great and it's amazing. And that's what they're going to do. And I'm just happy that we were able to kind of do the part that we did to make it get to where it's at now.
Yeah. As for me, if you need a media specialist, flag football league, please call me or contact me. Or if you need a wide receiver, I still got it. Okay. I can still do all of the things. So I want to go back to the NFL thing, the chase, the dream, right, for a second. Cause I know, like I told you, I did it. And not only did I do it, I'm from Miami. So I know tons of people who are from the neighborhoods that I was raised in, who are in the NFL now, and they're doing great. But I can imagine all of the people who was chasing that dream, right, and did not make it. And that heartbreak is one of like the hardest heartbreaks to get over. When I played at Florida State and I had my chance at making it, and I didn't watch football for 2 years, right? But there's something in me outside of football that allows me to go, it doesn't matter what I do, I feel like I can do that thing at the highest level. For other people, it's like, it's just football for them, and they never get over that heartbreak. Yeah. So it's like, there's dreamers and there's doers, right? What do you think is the thing that separates the two? Like, even when you're heartbroken, you still go, what's the next thing on the list that I can accomplish at a high level?
Yeah. I think that's action. Like you said, you got people who do, and you got people who dream. We all dream.
Yeah.
We all have dreams. We all have these things of what we think life is going to be like, whatever it is. Now, some of your dreams come true. Some of your dreams don't come true. But either way, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, dream, you got to pull that out of the dream and you got to start taking action.
Yeah.
You got to actually do something.
Yeah.
Like even though your dream didn't come true, you were taking action. Now then, sometimes the action is taken from you because, hey, you got Florida State, whatever it is, whether you get hurt or whether they just say you're not good enough and we're not going to give you the opportunity, or whatever it is, that action was taken from you. All right. So now it's like, all right, how do you pivot? And life is about pivots. Again, like really, I believe that life is a game.
Yeah.
Like life is a game that we play. It's not over until you run out of lives.
Yeah.
We only got one.
Yeah.
Or you quit.
Yeah.
And then your life and you die or whatever it is. But as long as you have breath, as long as you're on this earth, this game called life, we are playing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to your dreams and what it is, like you have to continue to move forward and progress and do it. And some people, they're going to dream and they talk about it. And I was like, them woulda, coulda, shouldas. I was like, oh man, I wish, or I remember, or whatever that may be. Well, the average millionaire isn't a millionaire until they're 50. Like, is that what it was your dream to be a millionaire? Because most people don't hit that until they're 50, 55 anyway.
Yeah.
So like you 22 or you 20 or you 30, you still got 20 years. Then and that's just the average. I mean, like, doesn't like your timing is everything doesn't happen on your timeline. That doesn't mean you kill the dream. You just keep going with the dream. If that's your same dream, maybe your dream changes. My dream changed.
Yeah, it changed. But see, that's the thing though. Like I think that's the thing that I am trying to like understand, because you've done a lot of things, right? And even in that your past situation, you got to a point where you felt like you had to pivot. Like for some people, that when do you know to like stop, and when do you know to still work this dream and continue working this dream, and then when do you know to like, okay, this dream, is it passion or desire? You have to wait till that dies. Is it like an obstacle that lets you know, hey, this isn't for you anymore? Like when do you know to stop working this dream and start working on something else?
I don't know if there's like it depends on what that dream is and like where, and if you're going to pivot. Like, so for instance, for me, when it came to wanting to pledge and be a Kappa, I went to Morehouse, wanted to do that at Morehouse. Morehouse is a single letter chapter. They're like, historically, they were like one of the things, like you want to be a Morehouse Kappa, a Viper. Like that was, so if I would have just kept that dream of wanting to be a Kappa at Morehouse, I would have never been a Kappa, because that dream, that stopped, that door closed. I had to pivot.
Got you.
You see? So, and then going to Georgia State, they got suspended or whatever it was. I knew that I wanted to do it undergrad. I didn't want to do grad. I wanted to probate. I wanted to like do that. So I knew that I wanted to do that. So it was like pivot. But I pivoted. I pledged at Kennesaw State. I'm the alpha line, made history. It like, to be quite honest with you, we don't have the same history as Morehouse or whatever it is, but I bet you our 25 years and the things that we have done and that I've been a part of to do our chapter, and like right now in the day, we got a better chapter than them. My boys is more popping and running the city better, more than they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, like if you're in that world or whatever it is, like they know OI, they know Kennesaw State, they know, them Northside Newts.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it changed.
Yeah.
But it changed for me for the better.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't take that back.
Yeah.
But so I think to your question with that is, when your dreams, when do you know? There's no real rhyme or reason, I think. But if you want to make a dream not a dream, you have to take action. And you have to understand that the timeline might not look like what you thought it. And that dream might not necessarily look how you thought it was going to initially look when it is. But if you're flexible, if you're able to pivot, if you want to move, then that doesn't mean you won't achieve that dream. It's just going to look like what God intended it for it to look like, not what you intended it for it to look like. Sometimes those things are the same. Sometimes those things align, but a lot of times they don't. And that's part of this game that we play.
Yeah.
In life,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. It's like, there's some things that are in your heart to, and in some capacity, you feel like you need to do it all the time. Now, the dream might be to do it at a high level. So if you're still trying to work doing it at a high level that you get paid to do it, then, there might be some obstacles that then go, in this capacity, you were not made to do it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you stop working that dream. It just means that at a different capacity, you do it. Like for you, it was like, I try to do it here. And in this space, I'm not meant to do it. And then you continue and you're like, and in this space, I'll attempt again. And in this space, it's not meant for you to do.
Yeah.
So it sounds like like the advice is continue to work the thing that you love. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
keep working on it. If it was meant for you to do it in that way, then you do it in that way. If not, if you love it and you're passionate about it, just continue to do that thing that you love, and it'll all work out. And if it doesn't, at least you're doing something you like.
And at least you said you tried. Like, um, at least you tried.
Yeah,
Might have failed or whatever it is, but you know you tried.
yeah,
And you'll feel a sense of fulfillment in that compared to you did not try and you 80 years old and like, man, I
man.
wish I would have, I wish I would have, I wish I would have. Um, at least you can say, I tried it, failed, and this or whatever. But you're not saying I wish I would have.
Mm-hmm. So you're passionate about a lot of things. You're passionate about Forex. You're passionate about investing. You're passionate about a lot of things. When did you become like, what was missing in your life for you to become passionate about community? Because, Kappa is all about that. And then also you have Hills, you know what I mean? Like what was missing for you to go, I need to tap into.
My dad, my entire family is military. So like we grew up on service and community and helping and doing things for others. My grandmother's a pastor. My dad's a pastor. And they swear or thought I was going to be a pastor and think that like that was my role. Like, yeah, you're going to do this or whatever it is. And so like just service period has been something that I've known my entire life. Again, I've seen some of the greatest service. My grandmother, what is just amazing in the service and the things that she did for our community and she did for people and things like that. And when it came to, for me and being a Kappa, 100 Black men, mentor, big brother, big sister, all those different things or whatever it is, I've
Yeah.
always felt like, you give back, you want to help people, you want to do. I just had to find like what my lane and what that was. And like Hills, it's like kind of that perfect thing because it's fitness, something that I'm super passionate about, where in community and building and growth. And I mean, you're out there, you see it. We got competitiveness out there also. We got a little bit of everything, but it's like just the fact that like changing people's lives,
Yeah.
like literally changing people's lives. Like people have met their husbands, wives, business partners, best friends. People have been depressed and going through different things and, got out of that because of Hills, lost crazy amounts of weight. Just the community that we have is so special and so dope. And like, for me, that's like, I'm never going to be a pastor or anything like
Right.
that. That's not it. But Hills is kind of like my give back or my way to, I guess, pastor or be that in the community, like like my grandmother, like my dad, and those things. And like I joke about it, like AB, hey man, that's his church. I'm just his assistant. I'm just the deacon. I'm just the assistant pastor. Like followed by like what we doing, and we're moving and we're going. But I mean, it's special.
Yeah.
And when you see that you're changing people's lives and you see what's happening and affecting, and you're being able to really truly change your community, like Hills has changed Atlanta, the community, and we've made a real impact in this, and we're still just starting.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like we're still just scratching the surface on where it is to go. So just blessed to be a part of it. Blessed to understand and feel like this is my calling, like this is what God has called me to do, and to help people and to continue that. And like I know that I'm on like that right path, to do it. And like, even, so like, my dad and my dad was like, man, I am so proud of you, like what y'all are doing and different things like that. And he was like, yeah, I know, kind of the same thing. He was like, you know, this isn't the route, but what you're doing is just as important. The way you're changing lives, the way you're affecting what God has called you to do and the things like that, like it's just as important. And like, having my dad like tell me that was like, whoa, like okay,
Yeah.
all right, pops. Like,
Yeah.
like you feel and you see it. And I didn't even know he really paid it attention or knew, like I know he knew. He's like, yeah, you're working out and you're doing this little thing, but like that he followed it as intensely as he does,
Yeah.
and knows like so much about what's going on and what we're doing and the different things like that. I didn't know that he had like that knowledge
Yeah.
or whatever it was. And like when he like told me that, I was like,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think at some point now, even if you're not paying attention, it's hard to not notice. It's
mhm,
hard to not notice just not just the growth, but the impact. With 90,000 followers on Instagram almost,
yeah,
and then you guys at any given point you have, it can get up to like 600 people at one of the Hills events, especially when you're opening the season up.
yeah,
And now you got 4 to 5 free classes for everyone every single week. It takes a lot of grit and a lot of passion to like spend years and years and years building something like this. And now you're at a point where it's so impactful. You know what I mean? So impactful. But you also learn a lot about people. You know what I mean? Like, because you spend so much time with them, you spend so much time with community. Tell me one of your favorite things that you've learned about the people at this specific community.
community is huge for us as people, period. Like, I don't believe, or like mammals, if you look just like at the primal level, like everything, like mammals and different things and human, the reason we have society and we are in groups and packs, like dogs and monkeys and everything, like their community, like those are those packs and those different things that most mammal species have. They all are in some type of community.
Yeah.
So are we.
Yeah.
And we desire community. Now, in the world, there's billions of people and you have all different kind of communities, but we found ours in Hills.
Yeah.
And everybody that you come to, for the most part, we're all like-minded. They all want to get better. They all working out, health focused, self-conscious, no matter where you're at, if you're just starting that health and that fitness journey, you're there at Hills. Whether you've been doing it for years, former athletes, high level, mid level, whatever it is, they out there.
Yeah.
So you got that whole gambit, and we all have that one thing in common, that we're like wanting to get better with that. And then you start seeing like the spin-offs of, it's not just that. It's like, I want to do good. Like, I like this community. Yeah, it's free. It's a free workout, but I like what they're doing in the community. I like
Yeah.
what they bring in. I like the environment. I like that, it's inclusive of everybody. It's positive. And I think we all want that.
Yeah.
Just we want that in our life. You want to be around people who are similarly or like-minded, but also still different, but with a common core. Like, it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter your race, creed, religion, any of that stuff. Like, oh, they're good people. We like working out.
Yeah.
We like to have fun. We like giving back and volunteering and doing all these different things and stuff like that. Like, so like you get all of that,
Yeah.
from it. So it's just a special, it's just a special thing. The only catch is that like you got to do the workout.
Yeah. You
Like
gonna work?
that's the only thing, you got to work.
Yeah.
Like, but there's no other catch that comes along with that. And like, even we were just talking about, when we're talking about chat and AI, like, yeah, it's great, but there is a catch. They want you to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, you should, or whatever it is, but like Hills, there's no catch except like, come out here and get better, meet some friends, be a good person. And like, that's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I agree. I'm gonna let you go soon. I have a few more questions. I got like 2 more for you. I think the number one thing that I've learned is and being in Hills and going to Hills is, I don't like the back pedals. AB. I don't like the back pedals. I'm not a fan of the back pedals. I'm not. They kill me every time.
You play football and don't be a fan.
I played wide receiver, so I had to run frontwards. I never had to run backwards. And them things be killing me. And it's last week I did pretty good with them because I've been doing the sled pull.
Oh, sled pulls,
to get me prepared for it specifically. Yeah. I've been doing that for the back pedals on the hills. Yeah. So I can do 2 up and I'll be fine. But the moment they be asked for us to do 3, that's when it starts to become an issue. We talked about a lot of stuff, and everything you've given us so far is just a whole bunch of gems. And I appreciate you for doing so. But do you have like three advice that you would give to the listeners?
Yeah. So one is like, you can't change the past. our past is our past. Like even 5 minutes ago, whatever I said, I cannot take that back.
Yeah.
I cannot get it back or anything like that. So you can't, you gotta learn from your past and understand what it is, because it's history is giving you learning lessons, but you have to move forward. And you can't live there. You gotta look at what you can change and what you can control, and what you can always consistently control is your actions, what you do, how you do it, and the person that you are.
Yeah.
Like all the outside things that are influence and pulling at you, you have control over you and yourself and the things that you do every single day. When you wake up, you decide to brush your teeth or you don't. You decide to take a bath, whatever, go outside, wake up, go, whatever it is. Those are your decisions that you get to do. So like make the best of them, make those intent on whatever those dreams. We talked about dreams. We talked about all that stuff. Like all of that goes together to the actions that you decide to do. And your dreams are going to still stay dreams if you don't look forward and like actually take action and do something like that. That's one thing. Also also life is like a pendulum too.
I say that all of the time.
It is. The worst place that the pendulum can be is right here in the middle, stagnant. You want it going left or right, and you want it swinging. And so I always say barbecue and mildew or whatever, you know.
I say that too.
You know, that's a Southern, like some people, they be like, what?
Yes.
What in the world? Barbecue and mildew, shit, or get off the pot. Like whatever, however you want to say, whatever it is that you want to do. But like, you know, you might fail, whatever it is, but don't be stagnant. Don't be like, just stay here. Like still water is dead water, you know? So like move one way or other, good or bad. Sometimes you need that no, or sometimes you need that failure to be able to allow you to go here. And when you're going to go forward, yeah, it's going to go backwards or whatever it is, but then niggas going to go back again forward. So don't ever forget that, and don't ever be stuck in the middle or whatever it is. Like you don't want to just be in the same spot. You don't ever want to stay there no matter what. Like
right.
that's death. Like
yeah.
There's one day that body is not going to,
right.
It is going to stay there.
Right.
That's death. We don't want to be there yet.
Yeah.
None of us want to be there yet. So like, let's not get there. And then, like lastly, again, life is a game. Enjoy it, play it, don't give up, and make the best out of it. You know, like just make the best out of it. Like, and I think if you do those things, you know, the sky's the limit, and you can go wherever it is. You can do whatever it is and have fun doing it. And yeah, we're going to have them downs and we're going to have those bad times, but, it never lasts forever. And the only way is if you keep moving forward and you keep going.
So let's say we close this chapter off, right? And your next chapter, the next chapter in your life, you've done a lot so far. You've pivoted a lot of times, and you're in a great space, I'm assuming, and playing a great game at the moment. In the next chapter, if you was to write a sentence at the bottom of the page that defined the next chapter, what would that sentence say?
Great job. Do better. Stay tuned.
Mine would say at the bottom.
Amazing.
Mine would say use more dryer sheets, because I'm not man. My workout clothes after washing still be funky. I got to do better with that.
Hey, you got to soak them.
I got to let them sit for a while.